cinnamon and cassia aren't the same spice. So cinnamon here is on the right. Is that your right or your left? I don't know, it's my right. Cinnamon's here, the quill. And this is cassia bark. And you can see just from the visual cues that cinnamon is finer. It's very delicate, has a really papery texture, whereas the cassia bark here is really thick and rough, and the way that it curls is less refined, I guess. It's less layered. In terms of flavour translation, if you try them both, try the cinnamon first because it's the milder spice. And it's definitely got the sweetness and the warmth and that underlying kind of pungent heat that cinnamon is known for. But true cinnamon, and this is true cinnamon, is quite tall and wooded. So the structure of cinnamon is straight up and down like a tree trunk. When you try cassia, it's so sweet and so warm and so open and round. So whereas cinnamon is straight and tall and restrained, cassia is open and round and forward. It's almost like there's sugar in this. It tastes exactly like the cinnamon sugar you would put on your toast. So they serve different functions. If you're to match cinnamon with a little bit of chili and cassia, you'd see the difference. So you can do this at home. A little bit of cinnamon. Yeah, so very tight, very elegant, restrained and subdued. And then follow that with a little bit of Kashmiri chili. And it dries out the heat of the chili in the same way that sun dries out wood. So it stops chili's flame from being luscious and hot, and it makes it dry and tight. When you're dealing with cassia though, it does the opposite. Cassia's in there, it's very sweet, very soft, very forward. And then a little bit of Kashmiri chili, and it takes off. It's like putting petrol at the bottom of the fire base and just seeing it run, and it takes off at ground level. So instead of elongating chili, which is what cinnamon does, cassia makes it take and run forward. So really different interactions of spice, very different results when it comes to flavour. And I quite often use them together to create a much more communicated or a much more articulated cinnamon profile in a dish. And when I talk about a cinnamon profile, what I'm talking about is an end result that feels like home, that feels comforting, that feels warm and settling. So those two spices together in a masala blend will go a long way to recreating that feeling.